All right, we're live. Cool. What's up, guys? Welcome to my brief guide to hangovers. Information anticipating your hangovers and how to get over your hangovers. So I've made myself a little cheat sheet here so I can talk about this and not lose my place. So the reason why I'm making this video, I went out last night, but don't really go out that much anymore, and I don't drink that much anymore either. Even when I go out, usually it's 2 or 3 drinks max, whereas when I was in college, it was a lot more than that, way more, an embarrassing amount. But even so, like just those 2 or 3 drinks now will have a pretty significant effect on me since I'm not used to drinking that much. So I wanted to give you kind of my exact strategies for getting over hangovers, and also what you can do beforehand to help anticipate the hangover. So first off, let's talk about some basic information for the hangover. Some things you want to keep in mind. Number one is that when you have alcohol the night before and you drink all the way up until you go to sleep, you're going to have bad sleep. Even if you do fall asleep and you're knocked out, let's say you're knocked out and you wake up and you're like, oh wow, I was out for 7, 6, 8 hours or whatever it is, you had really poor quality sleep. So even though you might have fallen asleep for a long time, it's really poor quality sleep. So just know that you're not going to be functioning as well the next day. And obviously that's something that we all know. Number 2 thing to know is that you're going to be dehydrated. So you want to hydrate obviously while you're drinking, before you're drinking, and then after in the morning as well. So you need to hydrate. And then number 3 is brain fog. So you're just not going to be thinking as well. Number 1, the alcohol. Number 2, the bad sleep. And that's all going to contribute to you not thinking as well as you used to. So first, let's talk about what you can do before drinking to minimize the impact of your hangover. And my girlfriend and my mom say hi. Hi, Mom. Hi, Marissa. So let's talk about what you can do beforehand. So before drinking, here's what you can do. You can eat fats. So you can have avocados, you can have olive oil, you can have bacon, you can have anything that's high in fat. Salmon is high in fat. It's very good for you. So like a salmon and avocado dinner would be fantastic for before, or anything ketogenic, basically ketogenic diet inspired, would be great to have before drinking. Obviously, you want to make sure you eat food, especially if you're going to be drinking a lot and you want to be able to keep up with everybody. If you want to get drunk quicker, don't eat at all. Don't drink at all. And work out beforehand as well. That's if you want to get drunk more quickly and you want a worse hangover. If you don't want a worse hangover, don't work out beforehand. Eat fats beforehand. Drink water and eat. Oh yeah. All right. So now we can talk about what you do while you're drinking. So while you're drinking, make sure you're still hydrating. So rule of thumb, for every 1 drink you have a glass of water. I would recommend mixing in a little bit of salt with that water, and we'll talk about that later. But you want to make sure you're drinking water, and I would mix in salt with it. So sea salt would be great. When you are drinking, I would also recommend moving. So be active when you're moving, when you're drinking. So at least stand up. If there's dancing, dance. Walk around. Be active while you're drinking. That's going to help your body process things more quickly. It's going to make your metabolism go faster. It's just going to make everything a little faster functioning. So it's going to help you process the alcohol quicker and help you get back to normal more quickly. So I would recommend dancing or moving or something while you're drinking. The next one is stop drinking as soon as you can. Obviously, I'm not saying don't stop drinking at 9:30 or if you're going out till 12 or whatever, but the sooner you can stop drinking, the better, because you want to minimize the amount of alcohol you have before you go to sleep, because as we discussed before, alcohol has a negative impact on your sleep. So if you're drinking all the way up to bed, that's just a silly idea. Don't do that. Try to stop drinking as soon as you can. So if you're going to be out till 2:00, right, bar time, I would recommend stopping at around 12. And then starting to hydrate at that point. You probably had enough to keep your buzz going by that point. So there's no point in making the buzz more, and then you're going to be sloppy drunk, and no one wants to see that. So stop drinking as soon as you can, and don't drink immediately before going to bed. And then the last thing you can do is before you go to bed, so once you're done, once you're home, is hydrate. So have some water with sea salt, have some G2, Gatorade 2. I would say Gatorade 2 as opposed to the full version, the full Gatorade, because that has less sugar. And coconut water is also very good. So there have been, I have not seen them personally, but I've heard them mentioned that few studies showing that coconut water helps with improving your hangovers, which makes sense. The electrolytes, it's a little bit of sugar, and it's water. So yeah. So have some coconut water, have some water before you go to bed. Not so much that you pee the bed, but have a little bit. I'd say 24 ounces is acceptable. All right. So now that I've told you all the ways that you can prevent your hangover, let's actually talk about how to treat your hangover, because most of you probably are never going to do any of those things I just mentioned, but you are all going to have hangovers. Well, not all of you, but many of you will have hangovers. And at the very least, I can tell you what to do while you have that hangover. So here are my 7 things that I recommend, and these are all the things that I did this morning. Number 1 is to hydrate. So guess what? You are dehydrated every morning, whether or not you drink. So when you wake up, especially after you drink, hydrate. Again, get that sea salt, water mixed with sea salt in it. I just put a few corks or whatever, screws of, it's probably a half a teaspoon of Himalayan pink sea salt into my water, about 12 ounces, stir that in, chug it. And I'll probably do 2 of those, maybe 2 or 3, depending on if it was a really bad night. And then you can also have coconut water. Again, that's a good thing to have. But I would stick with the water and sea salt, just because let's minimize the sugar intake, and let's help your body hydrate. So as far as caffeine goes, if you have the day off, so it's like, let's say it's Sunday and you don't have to work, I would not recommend having caffeine, just because caffeine caffeine will mask the symptoms of your hangover, and you should listen to your body. The way that you feel is feedback from your body telling you, hey, this hurts, or like, hey, we need to do this. So I wouldn't have caffeine. I didn't have any caffeine today. I have some tea here, but it's caffeine free. So I would avoid caffeine unless it's something that you absolutely need to have and you have every day. Then have some caffeine, but don't have so much that you are jittery. Don't have any more than you usually would. Don't try to make up for the hangover, in other words. All right, other stuff. Eat. I think a lot of times we think that we need to avoid eating after our hangovers, and so because we had a lot of crappy food the night before, or we had a lot of calories from the drinks or whatever it is. But you should eat. So here's what you should eat. You want to have fats. You want to have something greasy. Bacon, eggs. Pretty much the American breakfast is a great thing to do. Sausage. Have that big breakfast burrito. There's tons of, usually at most breakfast places you can go, they have a place called, they have like the hangover burrito or something like that. People commenting and saying like, don't drink and stop drinking. Unrealistic. Totally unrealistic. People are going to keep drinking. I'm going to keep drinking, and we should give them solutions. Okay. All right. So, and I would also have some carbs too. So fats, protein, have everything. Alrighty. I'm not giving any supplements here. I'm just giving like layman, normal people hangover cures. By the way, I got to move because my phone is dying. So, next, I talked about food. Talked about caffeine. Ow, that is hot. Talked about hydration. Where the hell is my charger? Well, bear with me while I find my charger, and I'll look at my list for number 3. Movement. So I would move. So the worst thing you can do for a hangover is just stay still and just kind of sit there and think to yourself, oh my God, my head hurts, everything hurts. This is garbage. Don't do that. So you want to move. So I would go for a walk, Hiking is ideal because it gets you away from technology as well. So I would really recommend going for a hike. That's probably the best thing you can do. Not the best thing, but it's a very good thing to do when you are hungover. So go for that hike. That will feel great. You can also lift weights. You can do yoga. Just something where you're focusing on movement and you're not doing... Just something where you're focusing on movement and, not just sitting down and being inactive. So move. That's number 3. Number 4 is try to sweat. So once you start to sweat, you'll notice that you might get a little bit of more of a headache. But if you can ride that headache out, that's your hangover showing itself and going away. So if you can ride that headache out after it's finished, you won't be hungover. So yay. My number 5 suggestion is do something. Stay busy. So create a little to-do list. Do some errands. As long as you're not still drunk from the night before, go buy whatever it is you need to do. Clean up the house. So for me today, I did laundry. I took my dogs out. I cleaned up the house a little bit. I did some dishes. Organized some things. So just do something. Stay busy. Keep yourself busy. It's way better than just sitting down and doing nothing. My other 2 tips is the second last one is wake up at your normal time. So wake up at your normal time because we want to keep you in your normal rhythm as much as possible so that it's easier the day afterwards to get back into things. And then the last one is to take a nap in the afternoon. So if you wake up early the next day at your normal time, so let's say you wake up at 7:30 every day. So I woke up today at 7:30, just like I always do pretty much every day. And if I feel tired later in the day, I'm going to take a nap. So it's much better to take a nap later in the day than it is to sleep in late. And that's kind of a rule of thumb that I approach with everything. So if you sleep poorly the night before, get up at your normal time, don't skip your alarm, and then just try to take a quick power nap in the afternoon or something like that. Some things that I would recommend avoiding when you're hungover: screens. Do not look at screens. Do not watch TV. Do not be inactive. The screens are going to make your head hurt. Being inactive and just sitting there is going to be difficult. Sitting down and doing work or reading is going to be difficult because you can't focus as much. So again, I would recommend movement when you're hungover, whether that's exercise or again, like just organizing your house or cleaning stuff up or, doing that long Saturday morning cleaning that you haven't done in 6 months. That is an ideal activity for being hungover. And then if all else fails, keep drinking. Go find some mimosas. There's deals all over. If you live in a city, there's $2 mimosas somewhere. Go get some mimosas, have a Bloody Mary, and then wake up and then try it again when you're hungover the next time. So that's my little guide to what I do when I'm hungover and what I recommend for other people. Again, if we want to sum this up, hydration, movement, and eating. Right? Movement, hydration, and eating. And that's it. So thanks for watching today. If your suggestion was, I'm not going to say anything actually. So thanks for watching. And if you're already part of the members area, make sure you do a workout today. If you haven't already, log in at manfulyoga.com/log-in. New workouts added every Monday, and we're adding about 1 to 2 a week right now. I've got a new feature that I'm rolling out tomorrow. I think tomorrow at the very latest Wednesday. I'm really excited to show that off. It's going to help you track your fitness a little bit more. It's also going to help you get a better idea of where you are in terms of fitness and what you need to work on. So this is going to be cool. And I think that's it. So thanks for joining me today. Make sure you are liking this page. Make sure you get notifications so that when I go on Facebook Live, you won't miss it. And if I put out a new post or a new workout or a new video with a tip on how to avoid pain in certain pose or how to improve technique in a certain pose, you'll actually get that notification. So make sure you subscribe to notifications. And that's it. So guys, have a great day. I'm gonna go back to my lunch slash late lunch thing, very late brunch. I had tacos in the morning. Tacos are on that list of things to eat. Avocados, eggs, bacon, and tortilla. That is definitely on the list of hangover items. The other thing I made, and this is a favorite dish of mine, onions, bacon, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, butter, olive oil, and a little bit of cheese on top. And just for today, I added in some eggs as well. Eggs are also great hangover food. And I'm not really that hungover. But I thought it'd be a good topic because I know a lot of people get hungover. It happens. So those are my tips. All right, guys, that's it. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching. We'll do another Facebook Live sometime this week. I don't know when, but again, just make sure you got the notifications turned on. And if you miss it, you'll be able to watch it later on. All right, have a good weekend. See you guys later.